If you own a dog and you're thinking about a robot, this video will save you an entire afternoon cleanup. I tested 8 robots against this nightmare scenario. 2 failed and 1 Flagship, which was just released and is the most expensive robot that I'm testing, actually failed. So stick around to the end to see that. Hello everyone, I'm Just a Dad, and I have purchased over 200 robot vacuum cleaners with my own money. This is Home of the Honest Review. I am not sponsored. I purchased these robots so that I can give you my honest opinion. Now I do use links, so if you purchase the product off of my website, justadadapproved.com, or in the description, I am an Amazon affiliate. If you click on it, the product's not going to cost you anymore, but I do earn a small commission from the sale. The best way to find the results from this video and to see my highly recommended robots is justadadapproved.com. Now let's find out who won. There's over $10,000 worth of robots, and we're going to see how well they test in the Just a Dad corner cleaning studio. Now that is fake. That is simply peanut butter and some oats. But the results will definitely not be fake. First up, we have the Roomba iRobot 405. Now, this optical avoidance sensor is not very good on the front. This is mainly for getting it back to the dock. It does have LiDAR navigation, but this is a relatively budget iRobot Roomba. Next up, we have the TikTok sensation, the Yui E25. Here's its optical avoidance sensor. Next up is the MOVA P10 Pro. This is my 2025 pick of the year. Here's its optical avoidance sensor. Next up, we got the Dyson Spot and Scrub. This is brand new. Here's its optical avoidance sensor. Next up is my 2026 pick of the year, the MOVA V50. Here's its optical avoidance sensor. Next up is the highly anticipated Narwal Flow 2. And here's its optical avoidance sensor. Next up, we have the CES sensation, the Dreame X60 Max Ultra. And here's its optical avoidance sensor. Now last but definitely not least is the Roborock S20. And here is its optical avoidance sensor. Okay, the Narwal Flow avoided it, but it did not clean behind it. It thought that was a large particle boost. It was large particles. I might have just ruined my robot. Whoa. Roborock S20 identified it, looks like. And it identified it in the app. There it is in the app. A picture was taken. Says it's pet waste.
Returning to dock.
It completely avoided the pet waste. The Roborock S20. All right, let's check out the Dreame X60. How bad was it? Well, we've got some cleanup to do. It was able to clean the mop pads. That's a good thing. We've got some chunks down there to clean. The wheels are going to be the hardest part. This is relatively easy. Okay, let's clean up the 405. Ooh, it's bad. Let's take a look at the dustbin. All right. We gotta clean and clean. So here we have the test results. As we can see, I was extremely shocked with the Dreame X60. That's the most expensive robot on this list, and it misidentified it and did a particle boost. So you would definitely want to turn that off in the AI settings. The Roomba 405, it can retail for 500 bucks. It failed extremely bad, no obstacle avoidance. E25 actually did pretty good. It failed my earlier testing. I think they might have improved the software. But here is the surprise. The MOVA P10 Pro, when it's on sale for 400 bucks, that's an extremely good robot with a great obstacle avoidance sensor. Actually does a great job of cleaning also. The Dyson got a pass, the MOVA V50. So if I had to choose one robot out of this entire list, and in fact, one robot out of the entire 200 robots that I've reviewed, it's going to be the MOVA V50. Check out, I have a separate video that explains why, but it's just the best value for what you're getting. It's a flagship robot. When it's on sale for under 700 bucks, that's an amazing deal. Narwal Flow 2 was just released, $1,500. They got a pass, but I've always, Narwhal's cleaning pattern has a little bit to be desired. It did not go behind it and clean. The Dreame X60 we talked about, Roborock S20 did an excellent job of identifying it, avoiding it, but it is a flagship robot at a flagship price right now. And the best place that you can find the link for my MOVA V50 is on my website, justadadapproved.com. If you click on that link, the product's not going to cost you anymore, but I do earn a small commission from the sale. Now again, out of all the robots, I've purchased over 200 robot vacuum cleaners. This has been my full-time job for the last 2.5 years. I want to get you the best robot at the best price. It's going to come down to the MOVA V50, which I absolutely love, and the MOVA P10 Pro if you're on a budget. Now, why do I love the MOVA V50? Well, it's got an excellent optical avoidance sensor like we just saw. It actually does a great job of mopping and vacuuming your home. So much so that recently when it just went on sale, I bought my second unit. It comes in white or black. I've got the black one at my house. I think it looks really nice. But this is one of the quietest mopping robots I've ever tested. So again, out of the 200 robot vacuum cleaners, what's the one that I would recommend to my friends and family? And in fact, I have recommended the MOVA P10 Pro to over 8 of my friends and family. And guess what? If I recommend them a robot and they start having problems with it, who are they going to call? They're definitely going to call me. And I don't want to have to go and try to, if I sell them a bad robot, then it's going to be a lot of trouble, and I don't want that. I want to treat you like a friend and a family and get you the best robot for the best price. That's why it comes down to these features and price. We don't always have to spend the most amount of money on the recent flagship to get the best robot. And in fact, these both are last year's models. And 2025 was a pivotal year to where robots, in 2025, we had some amazing robots. Here it is 2026, we've got a bunch more releasing. While good, not great, we can still purchase last year's models at a discount. And I am all about saving money. So again, check out my website, justadadapproved.com. If you end up purchasing a robot using my link, I am an Amazon affiliate. The product doesn't cost you anymore, but I do earn a small commission from that sale. And on my website, when you purchase one of these robots, you can come back to that website when it's time to clean it. I'm going to have the generic, the OEM parts that I recommend for it. So again, my website, I want it to be the go-to place for robot vacuum cleaners. And as soon as robots are released, I will be purchasing them with my own money. I have to wait till they're released. I don't get them sent to me for free. If I would do that, they would probably come 2 months earlier. But I have to wait, purchase it. Sometimes they're on back order. But then what I do is I unbox them, show you how they work. Then I take it to my house and I start living with it. That's the best way that I have found. My testing is at home in a real home. I do some lab testing here. We get some preliminary results. That's going to tell me right away whether it's going to be a good one or not. But once I take it to my home and live with it, wow, does it either shine or not? And that's where I absolutely love the MOVA V50. It is just a data approved. It's my 2026 robot vacuum cleaner of the year. I just updated the label on it. I just had to put it over last year's label. That's how good it is. So again, thanks everybody. I got more exciting videos coming in. Let me know what you think of this. Let me know what tests you want a robot vacuum cleaner to be tested against. This one has been highly, highly asked about which one's the best. And again, no robot is going to avoid pet waste 100%. I've tested these and even the MOVA V50, even the one that I highly recommend, it is not 100%. Even I have watched it and tested it, and 99 out of 100, it will avoid it. But then every once in a while, they all do it. They all just get a little too close. And then once they get a little too close, then they kind of don't realize it's there. And then they kind of bump into it and stuff. So again, while we see some do no obstacle avoidance, I was actually, I could not believe when they released this robot that it had 0 up front. So again, justadadapproved.com. Thanks for watching. Let me know what you think. Thanks everybody for watching. If you found this video helpful, hit the like and subscribe button. Also check out where you can find all my approved products on my website, justadadapproved.com. You'll see a little link to it here at the end of the video. If you click on that, that's going to take you right to my website.